Akala ko ba ang ICI is an independent body? Pagka independent, gagawin niya sa sarili niya, di ba? Tama.
Opo, ang ano po is yung
Teka
pagtulong.
muna,
Opo,
sumagot ka lang.
opo, Senator.
Independent, di ba? Ba't kinakailangan siyang humingi ng tulong sa mga fiscal ninyo, prosecutor?
Yari ka
That is
ngayon.
not being independent. Sometimes we have to bend the law in order to please the people. And he asked the former Secretary of Justice for affirmation. Am I correct, Mr. Secretary? And the Secretary said, yes, sir. You agree with the affirmation of the Secretary of Justice?
I do not agree.
Thank you. Kasi sa ibang mga interview, sinasabi niya, oh, bending the law is okay, basta wag lang breaking the law. How can you accept that kind of state?
Oo.
Hindi, parang kay, kay Erwin Tulfo.
Oo.
But sometimes you have to bend the law. Yes.
Oo.
But you're not breaking the law.
Yes.
Yun naman ang malinaw doon. You're not breaking the law.
Oo.
There's nothing wrong with bending the law kasi bending lang yan eh. Parang ruler yan.
Oo.
Pwede
Hindi mo
mong
binalik.
within
the
ng konti.
bounds.
And that
Within
is-
the bounds.
Kahoy yan, di ba?
And that-
Within the bounds.
Within
pa rin
the
yun.
bounds of
Within
law.
the-
That's also
No one should bend the law. Not even in imagination. Mahirap po yun eh. Yung pagkaka-transport ng dating Pangulo ng Republika sa The Hague. Ang pagkakaalam ko po kasi, maraming pronouncement ng ating Pangulo. Yung iba na-memorize ko pa nga po eh. We will not assist the ICC in any way, in any form.
Basta tapos na lahat ng ating pag-uusap sa ICC at kagaya ng sinasabi namin mula sa simula, we will not cooperate with them in any way, shape, or form.
Pinagbili nila, saan itong pera? 25 tons of gold reserves natin sold amounting to 129 billion. Yung Maharlika, sila lang nakaalam nito. Walang participation ng people dyan pati ito. So, saan itong 25 tons? Alam ba ng military yan? Kayo bang mga military pati police? Would you still continue to support a drug addict? Alam ninyo kung ano, pero tanungin mo lang yung Presidential Security Command. Puro military man yan. You did not go far. Yung mga tao ninyo sa military.
Bagong OIC ng DOJ. Tila inilaglag nga po itong bagong ombudsman na si Boyong Rimulya, mga kababayan. Ito po ay kaugnay ng pahayag niya patungkol nga po sa bending the law, mga kababayan. Hindi po sinang-ayuna ng bagong OIC ng DOJ ang pahayag na ito ng dating sekretary nga po ng DOJ na si Boyong Rimulya, mga kababayan. At pinag-usapan din po dito, mga kababayan, ang patungkol po sa pagdadala kay dating Pangulong Duterte sa Netherlands. At papanoorin din natin dito, mga kababayan, ang ilan sa mga maaring dahilan kung bakit tuluyan ngang ipinadala itong si dating Pangulong Duterte sa The Hague, mga kababayan. Maaring ito ay isa sa mga dahilan itong mga naging pahayag niya na ito, kaya talagang sinikap na siya ay ipadala o ilipad patungo sa Netherlands, mga kababayan. Kaya panoorin po natin ang napakatinding mga revelasyon na ito ni dating Pangulong Duterte.
Ang tingin ko ang mas mabigat na problema na dapat malaman ng Pilipino is nag-hemorrhage ang country. Pati yung PhilHealth nga na hindi sa gobyerno, contribution natin yan kasi kung magpa-hospital ka, noon yung may pambayad ka, depende sa ano mo, category yung rates mo. Kung ibang iyo, dividido ba talaga na full o paglabas mo, wala ka ng bayaran.
Binalik na ngayon, Tatay Digong. Binalik na yung pondo ng PhilHealth.
Yun ang ano doon, yung 16 billion na nilipat nila. That is the most dangerous government malverse the money of the people. Ginamit mo yung pera ng ano? And even Congress cannot do that. Trust fund yun eh. Galing inyo yun. Ako pati akin. Contribution yun natin para pag nagkasakit ka ng cancer, uterus, may pangkapa-opera ka. ang nawala na sa ang ating PhilHealth funds natin lahat was about 8.9 billion 89 billion. Of that 89 billion, 27 na lang ang nawala. 27 na lang ang natira.
Grabe.
Paano yan? Hindi man maano ng Kongreso. Ang atin is, bakit nila pinakialaman?
Mr. President, if you see that this really, may estafa case, na yan, ang problema ganito, if we're going to file a case sa court, but the justice system, the court is a government.
No, di court ang pumapasok ang Supreme Court. Hihintuan nga na sila eh. Huwag mong pakialaman yan, kaya hindi yan inyo. Ako, fiscal ako. Ang alam mong, minalbers nila yung pera eh. Ang naiwan kasi 29 billion lang. Out of the 89, 29 na lang.
60 na wala. Mahigit.
Saan ang pera namin?
Sabi daw, binalik President Mayor.
Ano, ibalik mo, wala mong pera. Maghiram nga ng pera eh.
Binalik na po
Ang
ngayon.
gobyerno
Binalik na.
na ito, walang project. Wala kang nakikita ng project. Maintenance na lang. Kasi ayuda, ano yan, akap, ayuda. Tupad. Yun, naubos doon. Naubos ni Romualdez kasi Romualdez, congressman lang, pero left and right ang pamigay niya. Oh, may tag 5,000 kayo ngayon. Nakita ko sa CCTV kagabi. Pera natin. Sus Maria Joseph Ginoo Romualdez, oy. Nangawa ka naman sana sa amin. Sa GSIS, PhilHealth, 89
Ito doon sa Amo Survey.
pinagbili nila. Saan itong pera? 25 tons of gold reserves natin sold amounting to 129 billion. At least sa Congress kung may resolution tapos i-bill that would correspond with it, there's an explanation of how the money is going to be spent. Pero ito, paano ito ngayon? Sila lang nakaalam nito. Yung Maharlika, sila lang nakaalam nito. Walang participation ng people dyan pati ito. So, ganitong 25 tons. Alam ba ng military yan? Hindi sabihin nila, kung wala hindi na kami sasali ng laro ninyo.
Pero Mayor,
Ano
parang
gagawin nila?
play safe naman ang
How do
military
you
ngayon.
describe the military namin?
Do you think si Browner po ay mag-react ito?
Can you restate your statement?
Can you expect that Browner will react?
When ito, pag nilabas din ito, your question must also correspondingly appear. Importante yan. So, guard.
Oh, kasi may statement siya, dapat nagpartisan, dapat parang stay put lang yung military. Wala naman siyang sinabi, no? In fact, si Inday na nagsabi na tulog-tulugan yung chief of staff. Ano daw makakatulog yung AP chief of staff?
Kasi dyan billion yung nawawala.
Matagal na siyang natulog. Alam niya yung commander-in-chief niya nagdudruga. Noon pa yan, alam na ng lahat. Baka siya lang ang hindi. Ang mga polis. kaming taga Davao, alam namin si Lagdameo nagdodroga. Kasi kasama namin siya palagi dito sa diyan kay Pedro. Alam ni Marcos na siya Lagdameo durugista. Alam ni Lagdameo na durugista. Magkasama yan sila sa hit-hitan. So,
Kaya pinag-initan talaga itong si Tatay Digong dahil sa mga pahayag niyang to. Parang ito ginawa niya tong pahayag na to siguro ilang buwan bago siya, isang buwan o linggo na lang ata bago siya ipadala sa pilitang ipadala sa The Hague, Netherlands.
another appropriate question would be, yung ito with sincerity. Kayo bang mga military pati police, would you still continue to support a drug addict? Alam ninyo kung pero tanungin mo lang yung Presidential Security Command. Puro military man yan. You did not go far. Yung mga tao ninyo sa military.
At dito naman po sa bahagi ng video na to mga kababayan ay dumako na po tayo dito sa naging pagtatanong ni Senator Marcoleta dito nga po sa DOJ kaugnay nga po ng pagbigay nila sa dating Pangulong Duterte sa ibang bansa mga kababayan. Eto panoorin po natin. Pero bago yan, kung bago ka pa lang dito sa ating channel ay mag-subscribe ka na at i-click mo na din ang notification bell para maging updated ka sa mga susunod pa nating video.
Tama?
We submit to your wisdom, Your Honor.
Of course. Kasi tingnan mo yung creation niya. It should be sa pangalan pa lang, independent, ano na yun, Che? ICI. Independent Commission on Infrastructure. Pag binasa mo yung kanyang mga powers, di ba? This is something that also the senators will, one way or the other, discuss probably in the course of time. Sabi niya, upon request, it can obtain information from the House of Representatives, the Senate, the courts, the Ombudsman, and other authorities. So paano yun? Bakit ka independent? And dami mo namang nagre-request ka kung kani-kanino. Can the Senate refuse, for example? In observance of the separation of powers. Halimbawa, nag-request siya, address to the Senate President. Wala pa kaming choice. Because there are institutional boundaries. We need to exercise the system of checks and balances. So sasabihin niya, Independent Commission on Infrastructure. Paano kang independent and dami mong kinakasangkapan, hingi ka ng hingi? You should obtain the information by yourself, all alone. Yun ang independent. Tama?
Tama.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. May I continue, Mr. Chair?
Yes, go ahead, Senator Murphy.
You're familiar with the now famous statement, sometimes you have to bend the law to please our people. You're familiar with that?
Not so familiar with that, Your Honor.
How come you're not familiar with that? May I refresh your memory?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
We were talking about, this issue of restitution and blah, blah, blah. Hanggang dumating yung isang point where one of us made a suggestion. Sometimes we have to bend the law in order to please the people. And he asked the former Secretary of Justice for affirmation. Am I correct, Mr. Secretary? And the Secretary said, Yes, sir. You agree with the affirmation of the Secretary of Justice?
I do not agree.
Thank you.
I do not agree because basically in implementing the law, there are positions you can take, but bending the law is not one of them, Your Honor.
Buti na lang ganyan ang sinagot. Kasi sa ibang mga interview, sinasabi niyo, oh, bending the law is okay, basta wag lang breaking the law. How can you accept that kind of statement? You cannot bend the law. No one is above the law, sabi pa nga natin. And the overarching principle in the promulgation of our Constitution is upholding the rule of law. No one should bend the law. Not even in imagination. Mahirap po yun eh. Kasi kung sinabi mong you agree, ang dami po kasi nagte-text sa akin, Yusek Andres. Ganyan palang ginagawa sa mga taxes na pinabayad namin. Mga buwis namin. Hirap na hirap kami. Mga halos dugo, pawis. Minsan may kahalo pang sipon. Makapagbayad lang kami ng tamang buwis sa ating pamahalaan bilang mga patriotic na citizens. Pwede mo ba, sir? Sabi nila sa akin. Ilaban mo naman kami. Yung 2026, wag na muna kami magbayad ng tax. Because somebody said, sometimes we can bend the law to please the people. I may be able to please them, Secretary. Kasi yun ang text nila. Can I say yes to them? Can I?
You-
Thank you. Ito pong Secretary, yung pagkaka-transport ng dating Pangulo ng Republika sa The Hague. Ang pagkakaalam ko po kasi, maraming pronouncement ng ating Pangulo.
Hmm.
Yung iba na-memorize ko pa nga po eh. We will not assist the ICC in any way, in any form. From now on, I ask my secretaries to do the same. I mean, something like that. Pero nangyari, kabaligtaran, Secretary, di ba? The former Secretary of Justice explained that, well, those pronouncements are not cast in stone. Ito na naman eh. Ito yung parang ephemeral lang nangyayari. Parang the government officials' decision, sabi niya, sometimes can be changed at times. What do you think are the factors that necessitated a change of mind? Like from not assisting the ICC in any manner, in any way, in any form, he was just transported there. Now languishing in the detention center on the other side of the planet. What do you think are the factors used by the DOJ?
First, Your Honor, if I'm not familiar to the particular circumstances that the secretary, the particular facts that which made the secretary made the actions
Who is
before.
familiar? Who is familiar from
And
among
second,
you?
Your Honor, if I also may state, the matter is pending now with the matter before the Supreme Court. So the position, the legal position on the actions of the former Secretary of Justice has been elucidated with the court. But for the Department of Justice, it's Chief Dennis Chan who made the argument and presented the position of the DOJ in this.
My question is, what are the factors that necessitated a change of mind from not helping the ICC in any way, in any form, which is a policy matter, with the reverse that happened?
I'm not privy to that, Your Honor.
Who is privy? Kasi parang
Your Honor, it may be the former secretary, now the ombudsman.
Oh, wala na siya
Overpaid.
sa DOJ. Nasa ombudsman na siya. Alam nga namang
Yes.
ipatawag natin siya rito.
Eh,
What happens now to the principle of continuity? Well, people might say and suspect that, even policy matters can be changed by mere whims or caprices, which are not probably based on sound legal basis. You are familiar with Republic Act 9851. This is our Philippine Act on crimes against international humanitarian law, genocide, and other crimes against humanity.
not so familiar with that. 9851, Your Honor.
Kasi, Secretary, under that law, ang jurisdiction po ng mga tao na nagkasala under this law, under Section 17 of that law, the state shall exercise jurisdiction over persons, whether military or civilian, suspected or accused of a crime defined and penalized under the Act, regardless of where the crime is committed, provided any of the following conditions is met. The accused is a Filipino citizen. The accused, regardless of citizenship or residence, is present in the Philippines, or the accused has committed the said crime against a Filipino citizen. So if these are the assumptions in the law, ang Pilipinas ay may jurisdiction. And under Section 18, the Philippine courts, prosecution, and investigators, the regional trial courts of the Philippines, shall have original and exclusive jurisdiction over the crimes punishable under this Act. Ngayon po, if we consider the applicability of this law, bakit po na-transport yung dating Pangulo natin
Yari kayo.
at hindi natin nilitis sa sarili po nating jurisdiction?
If with permission of the Honorable, may I refer to the Chief Dennis Chan?
Good morning, Your Honors. Good morning, Senator Marcoleta and Senator Gatchalian. You are correct, Your Honor, that Section 17 on jurisdiction provides for the state exercising jurisdiction over persons suspected or accused of committing a crime penalized under RA 9851. The second paragraph of Section 17, Your Honors, thus mention that in the interest of justice, the relevant Philippine authorities may dispense with the investigation or prosecution of a crime if another court or international tribunal is already conducting the investigation or undertaking the prosecution of such crime. Instead, the authorities may surrender or extradite suspected or accused persons in the Philippines to the appropriate international court, if any, or to another state pursuant to the applicable extradition laws and treaties. Your Honor, I believe this was the justification relied upon by the former Secretary of Justice in the action leading to the transfer of the former President, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Chair, they are referring to the second paragraph of Section 17 of 9851. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Prosecutor, I noted that, but I think the collatilla is very, very clear. Pursuant to the applicable extradition laws and treaties. This is absent. So how can you invoke this? Wala na tayong treaty. We have just withdrawn from the Rome Statute. So this cannot be applied. Is that correct?
Your Honor, the way we interpreted that second sentence of Instead, the authorities may surrender or extradite. We see there two different actions to be taken by the state. It's either to surrender or to extradite, and then if it is to extradite, then it must be pursuant to an applicable extradition law or treaty. So the action taken, Your Honor, was surrender and not extradition.
Pero ang sinasabi niya, pareho sila eh. Yung dalawang conditions na yun will be cut under this pursuant to the applicable extradition laws and treaties. Wala tayong extradition law, wala na tayong treaty because we just withdrawn from the Rome Statute. Hindi mo pwedeng gamitin ito. Kaya dapat yung mag-a-apply is 9851. This is our own law. Okay lang naman dito eh. Can we not prosecute the former president kung talagang meron siyang kasalanan? Our National Prosecution Service, the judiciary, I think, is or are operating and they're willing, they're competent enough to prosecute, adjudicate, and proceed with the trial. Hindi ba?
Your Honor, with all apologies, I am not able to answer the question as to whether we can prosecute. I am just merely stating that the action of the former Secretary of Justice in for the transfer of the former president to the ICC was premised on Section 17, RA 9851, under the second paragraph.
Yes, but what I'm saying is you cannot use this one because of the absence of an extradition law and treaty. That is the point here.
And Your Honor, that is the subject matter or among one of the issues that we raised in the, or that is being discussed in the Supreme Court petitions that were filed.
Pero nangyari na kasi, dinala nyo na siya doon eh. Under the false claim na pwede nyo gawin because of this. But you did not complete the whole statement. Kung kinonsider nyo yung pursuant to the applicable extradition laws and treaties, hindi dapat nangyari yun eh. So ngayon, kung halimbawa nag-argue kayo sa Supreme Court, nangyari na yun. Ando na yung mama, di ba?
Your Honor, if I may also explain, I have no knowledge or participation whatsoever in the events that
Hindi,
led
okay,
to the-
okay naman yun. Kaya tinuro ka kasi ni...
Yes, Your Honor, to explain the legal justification or premise on which
Yeah, but the
former-
legal justification is wrong.
We submit, Your Honor, although that is already pending before the Supreme Court, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
Chair, salamat po.
At yun na nga mga kababayan, hanggang dito na lang po ang ating video. Kung ano man po ang inyong opinion at question sa video ito, ay i-comment nyo lang po sa baba at ating pag-uusapan. Naway maging kabahagi po tayong lahat tungo sa pagsulong at pag-unlad ng ating pinakamamahal na bansang Pilipinas. Ingat po kayo palagi at maraming salamat.